There comes a moment in your life when you realize something quietly devastating. Most of your anger was never about what happened to you. Most of your worry was never about the future. It was all about the battles you kept losing inside your own mind. There's a version of you that lives beneath all the noise, beneath the stress, beneath the disappointments, beneath the chaos. A version of you that is calm, steady, and unshakable. But to reach it, you must learn the ancient rules the Stoics lived by, the rules that allowed them to walk through storms with a still heart. Tonight, we go through 6 of them, 6 rules that can destroy anger and worry forever if you let them. Breathe, settle, and listen. Rule 1. Control the only thing that's truly yours. Most people wake up every morning trying to control the world around them. People, outcomes, timing, reactions, and every time the world refuses to bend, anger grows, worry grows, exhaustion grows. But Marcus Aurelius said something that cuts straight to the truth. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The Stoics believed this is where almost all suffering begins, the illusion that we can shape everything except ourselves. Imagine for a moment you're holding a rope attached to a wild horse. The more you pull, the harder it fights. That's life. And most of your anger is just your grip refusing to let go. When you shift your energy inward, everything changes. When you realize you can't control others, but you can control your response, your life becomes quieter, lighter, and for the first time you feel free. Rule 2. Pause before you react. Anger lives in the milliseconds between what happens to you and what you do next. Most people never step into that tiny space. They just explode. But the Stoics treated that space like sacred ground. Seneca warned us clearly, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. A pause sounds small, almost too simple. But that pause saves relationships. It saves dignity. It saves you from becoming the person you regret being. You're not meant to react instantly to life. You're meant to respond with clarity. Every time you feel anger rising, every time your chest tightens, every time your voice wants to shoot out sharp words that can't be taken back, just stop. Let the moment breathe. Because when anger leaves your body, regret often enters it. Your strength is not in your fire, it's in your restraint. Rule 3. Expect the unexpected. You suffer not because life is hard, but because you believed it wouldn't be. Epictetus said, when you are dazzled by the promise of something, remind yourself you do not control the outcome. The Stoics practiced something powerful. They mentally prepared for trouble before it arrived. Not in a pessimistic way, but in a realistic, grounded way that made them impossible to shake. They expected delays. They expected problems. They expected people to be flawed. They expected life to test them. So when the storm hit, they didn't say, why me? They said, I knew this path had stones. And they walked anyway. You destroy worry by removing surprise. You destroy anger by understanding the nature of the world. When life challenges you, it isn't betrayal. It's the training ground for your character. Rule 4. Release what you cannot keep. So much of your worry comes from trying to protect things that were never yours to hold forever. Friendships, opportunities, relationships, admiration, time, youth. The Stoics taught a simple but brutal lesson. Everything in your life is borrowed. Nothing is truly owned. Seneca wrote, he suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. Worry is the mind playing God, trying to predict and prevent things that aren't even real yet, trying to cling to things that were meant to pass. You destroy worry by accepting a single truth. What is meant for you will stay and what isn't will go. Whether you worry or not, let life breathe. Let things end. Let things begin. Give the world back what was never meant to be caged in your hands. Rule 5. Turn pain into discipline. Anger often comes from feeling powerless. Worry often comes from feeling unprepared. But the Stoics believed in something most people avoid, using pain as fuel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your struggles aren't interruptions. They are invitations to become more disciplined, more resilient, more stable. The breakup that shattered you can become the moment you learn self-respect. The failure that embarrassed you can become the foundation of mastery. The setback that broke your confidence can become the chapter where you rebuilt your character from scratch. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your architect. When you stop running from discomfort, you stop being controlled by it. And worry doesn't stand a chance against someone who has trained themselves to endure. Rule 6. Live by principles, not emotion. Your emotions change like weather, beautiful but unstable. Your principles are mountains, solid, steady, unmoving. The Stoics chose virtue over impulse, wisdom over reaction, courage over fear, self-control over chaos. Anger says destroy. Principle says understand. Worry says what if. Principle says do what's right. Emotion reacts. Principle decides. When you choose principle, your life becomes clearer, straighter, calmer. People trust you, and more importantly, you trust yourself. Nothing is stronger than someone who feels deeply and still chooses wisely. When you live these rules slowly, imperfectly, you begin to change. Stress stops breaking you. You stop reacting to everything. Anger cools. Worry lightens. Life feels less like an attack, more like a lesson. You face pain with steadiness, uncertainty with calm, and yourself with honesty. That's real freedom. A mind strong enough to stand in any storm. A calm mind, a trained mind, a stoic mind. Before you leave, remember this. You can't control the world, only the world inside you. And when that world becomes still, everything becomes lighter. Keep these rules close. Return to them when you drift. Let them shape you quietly. And if this spoke to you, stay with us. Subscribe and walk this path of calm strength, one quiet breath at a time.